Cats do some interesting things, don't they? Are they little children in furry suits or wild animals we keep as pets? The reality is that sniffing, rolling in the dirt, and scratching are things they just have to do, whether they live outdoors or inside our homes. I'm Dr. Jeff Nickel. Whatever these characters are, there's a subtle calming that comes with having them in my life. And we list all the great things about having cats, like the affection and the companionship and the entertainment, and a great example of living in the moment. There are some things that the cat crazy among us tend to conveniently forget, like the shredded furniture. We can accept some of their antics, but modern science can make things better. The Nickel family has 2 cats who don't damage their people and who have been, well, sort of pretty good with our furniture. We set them up for success by providing appropriate outlets for their destructive proclivities. They have fireplace logs along with scratching posts built into their tall climbing tree. But sadly, our furniture has suffered a few wounds at the paws of those naughty boys. Some of the behaviors that are so vexing to pet parents are actually quite normal. Now here's a letter from a man who just loves cats. Can I get that letter? Attaboy. I am 72 and I've had cats since I can remember. We recently lost our cat and I feel lost without another companion, but my wife insists that any new cat be declawed. I just can't agree to that. What is your advice? Well, getting into the middle of a marital brouhaha isn't part of my job description, but I had to tell this man that I feel the same as he does about removing normal anatomy. His concerns are common, and I think pretty legitimate. Well, the 2 Nickel family cats remain naturally clawed, despite having carved their initials into my nice desk chair. It would seem logical to correct or punish a home-wrecking cat, but these apparently nefarious acts are actually part of the normal feline behavioral repertoire. Not only do kitties need to sharpen their nails, they must molest their surroundings to communicate. In the wild, the marks they leave on trees remind their competitors that Kilroy was here. Cats are social creatures in their own feline-specific ways. Trying to stop them from scratching is like telling them to quit breathing. We now know that pheromones, called semiochemicals, are secreted from specialized glands between our cat's toes. They spread these substances in the wild to leave messages for other cats. Never mind that many of our kitties are only pets who live indoors. A cat must do what a cat must do. It's genetically hardwired into their brains. But we really hate it when our cats wreck our stuff, don't we? But hurling insults, using a cat as a shoe-throwing target, or spraying water isn't going to make a positive difference, unless, of course, your cat has caught fire. Well, one big shortcoming of punishment is that there's nothing about it that tells the cat what to do instead of the behavior that's being punished. Well, we can manage this thing without breaking our relationships or deforming our cat with unnecessary declaw surgery. We can redirect this natural feline behavior. May I expound for another moment on the issue of contentiousness? You know, society is changing fast and people are having a hard time keeping up. I've been around for a little while and I've noticed that people are wearing scowls and pop off easily, even with the slightest affront. Well, these relationships are mighty precious, and they're worth preserving because so many of us are isolated and living lonely lives. Having a loving cat is really good self-care. And I think we can keep your cat and your home from being completely dismembered just by redirecting the behavior. Feliscratch is a synthetic analog of the scratching pheromone that cats feel compelled to spread around their territories. Applying liquid Feliscratch where you want your cat to scratch will communicate in cat speak that you actually want scratching and this is where you want it. Your cat will read the manual and follow instructions. Making it easy for a kitty to succeed is good cat parenting and better for the spirit than the angst and frustration of punishment. Your cat needs you to locate at least one scratching post, a couple of corrugated cat scratchers, and a fireplace log near the furniture you don't want defiled. And while you're in the business of showing your cat where to engage in this primal behavior, you can discourage him from using your treasured trappings as message boards. Booby traps like a scat mat with its annoying static electricity will make your furniture an unfun place for your cat to hang out. A cheaper version of weirdness would be to drape aluminum foil on your couch. Cats are operant learners. That means that what gets rewarded gets repeated. So if you find your cat doing something right, it's always a good idea to say, "I love it when you're a good kitty." Avoid exuberance, applause, and mylar balloons. Cats don't need a political rally to bolster their self-esteem. A kind word will work just fine. Repeat hundreds of times and love your kitty every step of the way. I hope you find this information useful. If your cat's damaging your house, or you have friends who are considering having their cat declawed, well, they'll be glad for the advice. Each week I make a video, a podcast, or a blog to help bring out the best in pets. You can sign up at no charge on my website, drjeffnickel.com. And when you do, I'll send you my free at-home first aid and CPR guide. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Jeff Nickel, along with Tony and Whitey.